Hey everybody. So we are back for another season of Real Housewives of Potomac. Before I get into this review, I just want to say thank you to everybody for supporting the channel, for liking the videos, for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate all of you. And if you're watching, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, let me also put this PSA out there. I am not here for another season of carrying on about colorism every time these cast members get into a fight. I'm not here for it. I'm not. A lot of these bitches, most of these bitches are just mean ass people. Okay, that's why they're on reality TV and that's why they act the way they act. This is, to me, is for fun. If you're looking for somebody to pick this show apart and look at all the colorism aspects, you are welcome to the worldwide internet to go to somebody else's channel. I'm doing this for fun. Clearly, I have a job. I don't eat off of this. Like, it is what it is. And the reason why I'm saying this is because people, get rah-rah, particularly with this show, but also because somebody decided from my video yesterday with Love and Marriage Huntsville to accuse me of being a colorist because I laugh when I talk about Mel and then I go hard on Tisha. And I know that this person would not have accused me of being a colorist if I wasn't light skinned. Okay, and the trauma and the disrespect that black people receive and have endured from each other within and outside of our race is unacceptable. It's not cool. And the fact that that's what you saw after me going in on Mel, Tiffany, Stormy, going up for Kiki. I don't even know what to do with that, so I'm not going to do much with it. And I could have been a lot meaner to you in the comments that you have since deleted if I wanted to. Now, that's what nobody's going to do to me. Try to back me up in the corner and make me feel like, as a black woman, that if I disagree with other black women, then it's coming from a place of me believing I'm better because I'm light skinned. Cut the bullshit. I'm not here for Candace's crying every time somebody don't like what she has to say. I'm not here for it. Jazelle's been a bitch. I've called her a bitch, and she deserves every bit of it. Now, that's the PSA. Don't want to waste some more time for what's supposed to be fun for me, but I'm letting you know. Please don't do that. Thank you. So let's get into it, okay? Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 1, Episode 8, Projections and Deflections, okay? And that's honestly what we should have the theme for this entire franchise. Anyway, so we start off with, of all people, Robin ass Robin, because she robs us of an entertaining show. All right, so we get this run back of Robin and Juan talking about a prenup and then they eventually get married. Okay, I'm over it already. I'm bored. All right, Jazelle, who is a friend to nobody and who has proven herself not to be a friend to anybody over and over again. Yet Robin continues to tell her business. I don't get it, but she clearly has a habit of continuing bad relationships, be they friendships or romantic relationships. Anyway, um, Jazelle starts talking about how Juan and the girl in Canada, that really has to be eating Robin up. This has to hurt, so on and so forth. Okay, whatever. So they put up the part of the podcast that we all heard last season when all of it was coming out, when Robin claims that, Juan was stupid, but she didn't believe that they were physical. His name is just on a receipt. And I don't, I typically try to be understanding when women are trying to protect, their family and that kind of thing. But Robin, darling, never mind. I ain't, because I ain't finished yet. So then apparently he gets caught with a woman in the nail salon too, and somebody else in a laundromat who worked for him. I wish they would quit wasting our fucking time with this bullshit. Okay. So I think this is beyond Robin being regular stupid. Like, I have to believe that she, like, there's some clear arrangement. Like, there has to be something else. She cannot be this fucking stupid. She can't be. She can't be because, and when I say stupid, she doesn't even have the decency to like come up with some kind of good lie that like her and Juan could rock with, even if they just stay on the show for the sake of making money. That's what I mean by dumb. Like, what the fuck? Like, I think I'm gonna tell you what else throws me. Like, I honestly do not understand how Robin made it past season 2. She brings absolutely nothing. Absolutely. And no disrespect to anybody who needs financial assistance or support. This is not directed to you. But I feel like Robin is on like Bravo welfare. I do not fucking get why she keeps to getting along with a check for not showing up to work at all. Like, what the fuck? So once again, her and Juan are talking to each other. Juan doesn't like her. Okay? And I just wish her and Juan would just stop fucking with the audience. Actually, I wish Bravo would pull a plug on them. Because they're not going to do it as long as they're getting paid. All right? And we are bored. We are bored. We are tired of y'all. We are tired. This cast is already too big, if we're being honest. Anyway, I mean, at this point, are y'all even together for financial reasons? Like, I mean, Juan can get another job. I mean, coaches in college athletics always get fired pretty quickly if they're not winning enough. That's known. And you have money to pay for this house, despite 7 nothingless seasons. You've given us the same dumb shit, Robin. Like, why didn't y'all buy a smaller house? Why $1 million house? Like, I just don't understand this excessive living above your means. For whom? Fuck these people. Okay? Nevertheless, do you know what kills me about this cast? And I'm not, just in general. Okay? What bothers me about this cast in particular. Okay? The way they all go in as soon as they hear a rumor. Now, granted, Juan has a lot of evidence, okay, against him. We get that, all right? But people like Jazelle act like Monique didn't pull out a whole ass binder on you for just that one incident. God knows how long Jamal's receipts go. Okay, a whole ass binder, and read Jamal's number after she tried to convince us they were dating again and got played again on national TV. So, girl, you've been there. I'm going to need you to have a little bit more empathy. Okay, and I'm going to say empathy for a reason. Ashley Darby, number 2, is talking about how this stuff doesn't look right when her husband's been caught with men and women. So I'm going to need all of y'all to fucking roll back. Like, get the fuck out of here, right? And her last name is still Darby. And she's claiming separation / divorce, whatever the fuck this is. Another arrangement that you need to be worried about, Ashley, instead of being in Robin's fucking business. Okay? And I'm just like, and you're living in a house that's in his name, but you're not wanting to get the... Uncle Lump, please come and fix Ashley's life. Uncle Lump, please, we need you. We need you for the sake of the show. Please, we need a voice of reason, and we are not going to get it from none of these chicks. Anyway, all right. So Robin and Juan clearly did the scene for TV when she said, well, why wouldn't you go for it? This, that, and the other. And I was like, Robin, please tell me, darling, that you have some other man or woman on the side. Please, I need to know that to help this shit make sense. I need something. I need you to give us something. Whoever, please have a side piece, and please don't keep him or her a secret, because we need something to work with. Okay? So when he said he was in the laundromat working, I was like, oh, he had a job at the laundromat? And then I was like, how, Sway? The more he talked, the worse it got. So any college with an athletics team has washing machines on campus. Okay? If for nobody else, the athletes. Okay? But anytime you live on campus, Juan, Robin, y'all got to cut it the fuck out. Y'all should have been fired. This shit is just stupid. Like, and they are giving y'all way too much camera time because this scene went on way too fucking long. Okay, so then we get Karen, Candace, and Wendy meet at the restaurant, which was cute. I got so happy when I saw Karen. I don't know why, but I really did. Now, Candace is on her way to LA to do some shows. Whoever is buying these tickets, please stop. Please discourage the standing room only performances or the family carnival performances that she's doing in LA. Please stop. Please stop. I am just cut it out, Candace. Cut it out. So Wendy's asking if just Catholics give up stuff for Lent, and Candace was like, no, Baptists do too. And I don't know why people think that. A lot of Protestants do that. So this is a setup, though. I think just that question and comment, and she pulls out this whole rosary at a happy hour, like what appeared to be a happy hour to me. All right, so yeah, this is a setup for what is going to be ongoing throughout the season. With the other woman from Nigeria, I've never or Nigerian family. I've never heard Wendy up until this talk about her Catholic religion. Is it just me? I could have missed it. I could have missed it, but whatever. So Karen said she would just want to check on these two. She was like, because when we left New York, everybody was a mess. And yeah, that was a messy reunion. So the producers asked Wendy and Karen if they, because they were talking about Robin, if they have been honest and open about everything they have on the show. Wendy says yes, and so does Karen. Okay, both of y'all are lying. Okay, let's start there. You be a dummy, first of all, not to keep some stuff private. That's number one. Okay, so saying you are open book and all this shit, but at the end of the day, none of them have lied to the extent of Robin, so you know what? I'm going to let it ride. Okay, so then we get Ashley. She's talking about her new house, this big house. Another person living beyond her means. And I'm going to tell you why I'm coming to that conclusion. Okay, and I can say this. So she's telling us how she's a full-time mom. She's not working in addition. What has Ashley done post-college? Like, did she was she doing any kind of work? I mean, I know she was in the pageant world. But from what I understand, that doesn't really pay like that. So, I'ma really need her to do better and not keep the foolishness going. All right. So anyway, and she was like, well, it's really weird now that Michael's not in the house with two kids. And I was like, was he really that helpful in the first place? Then she has a nanny. I guess one kid for her and one kid for the nanny. Like, girl, bye. Stop. If you can afford a nanny, cut it out. So her house is still in Michael's name. She's not in a rush to get a divorce because she likes the idea that if anything goes wrong, he will be financially helpful if they stay married. That is a form of control. And Ashley, I'm not even going to pull it on Michael. I'm going to put it on you. Okay, because we have watched you now for 8 years. You mean to tell me you ain't put no money away from Bravo? Like, it is a kind of a job. Okay? Now, just get a smaller fucking house and have something of your own. And my thing with this is, I think this is beyond a regular form of dependency. I think there is too much trauma in her background. I mean, the fact that she married Ashley Darby was just giving, I want my white father who completely abandoned me, doesn't want anything to do with me in my life, and now I'm going to try to fill this void with a husband who might be like, you know what I mean? It's some bullshit. It's some bullshit, and it's a bad fucking look. So while you in Robin's business, you need to look at your own fucked up household, because all y'all got fucked up situations. All right, so anyway, then Jazelle calls her, right? Ask her about her business, because you know she don't never tell us about hers, and ain't nobody called her to the carpet enough about that. All right, who is essentially calling Robin delusional to somebody like Ashley Darby, who she has perpetually had problems with, even though she's supposed to be Robin's friend. Giselle is a friend to nobody. You can't trust a bitch who ain't loyal to no fucking body, okay? So Giselle says that Charisse and Ashley should come over because they need to talk to Robin, and they want to support her. Okay, Giselle, as a friend, as a homie, do you really think having to sit down with Robin, who's supposed to be one of your best friends, with two other people is the kind of thing that will help her or embarrass her? She's just going to double down. And if that's your friend, shit, if I know that from watching this show, you ought to know by now, okay? Just miss me. Now, even if she invited Charisse, because she knew Charisse before she knew Giselle, just in terms of athletes and their behavior, you know what I mean? But, like, use a messy bitch. Use a messy hoe. And speaking of which, let's get on you. So, Giselle has another fake man that she is going to try to force on us. His name is Jason, and he's over her house. And we come to find out that her boyfriend lives in New York. Giselle, bitch, you are cut it. Cut it. All right. So he's young, but he's given like he's been hired to cook for her and her teenage daughters, but not romantic chemistry. Ashley introduced them. First of all, that is the last reference I would have ever wanted. Anyway, they are having like this fake cooking date in Giselle's kitchen. Okay, but you know what? Inflation is high and eating out is high, so whatever. But then again, y'all try to flaunt y'all's money and shit on this show. So apparently Giselle hasn't seen her boyfriend in weeks, plural. But he shows up in time for the cameras. Giselle, please take your ass and gallop across the Sahara because I'm over you. All right, so Grace is about to graduate and go to college. Good for her. So Giselle is getting closer to being an empty nester because I don't think those girls are more than 18 months apart. So once these girls leave, you know she really gonna be in everybody's business once the twins leave. You can, and she ain't gonna tell y'all none of her stuff. So Giselle's daughter called her out about introducing her to Jason, whoever the hell he is, because they were somewhere and she had this random guy following her, and Grace called her out and was like, "You're not slick." But my thing was like, why is Grace in the confessional? I feel like I've seen Grace in the confessional, but she doesn't have her other two daughters in the confessional, and something about that, and this before this season, so before her graduating, it just makes me go, I'll leave it there for now. Like, is she trying to prep her for a career on TV? Because honestly, Giselle, association with you, and Jamal's foolishness may do more harm than good. Catch. All right, Giselle, stop wasting our time with that hired actor. So then we get Mia. I forgot about this Dizzy chick. I just completely forgot about her. So she's talking about how they have moved out of this 10 to 11,000 square foot home. Once again, third person. Here we are talking about people living beyond their means, and it's obvious to us via TV. Okay? So like a 600 square foot apartment. Really, that's a very nice one. Okay? Anyway, but weren't y'all renting that house for $10,000 a month? So like you could have actually saved a whole lot of money by not renting a house for $10,000 a month. Y'all didn't need that much space. Not 10,000 to 11,000 square foot. Get out of here. So we know Gordon was voted out of the family business. Once again, something else we saw play out in the blogs. They said they don't know why. Now, granted, don't get me wrong, family and business is tricky. And family members can do some messed up shit. But I don't think that they don't know. Okay, and we all know Mia is an idiot. So we're going to find out soon enough because she's going to slip up. So Gordon went through a whole depression. I don't wish depression on anybody. Trust me, I've been there. So Mia was apparently cursing him out and not getting off of his ass, for not getting off of his ass and doing work. And he was like, well, you figured I had done something wrong too. Just like the lawyer, just like everybody else. And I was like, so why were you thanking her for sticking by your side? Right. So Mia is cutting out alcohol, but she apparently drinks wine occasionally. Oh, Mia. You are truly a dizzy broad. But she got carried away with her lies about Karen, and she said that's the reason why she's not drinking. Mia, we don't believe you, but okay. Then we get Candace and Chris having a picnic. Okay. I mean, I get this is like the first episode, so we're just kind of getting, back in the swing of things. So Candace is complaining about how she doesn't like bugs in DC, Maryland during the spring. Girl, bye. Anyway, so she said last year was the most challenging year of her marriage. What we gather is basically because of Giselle's lies. Anyway, she starts talking about her tour. She got an itemized list for the tour. Apparently, the band is $50,000. And she was like, it's a good thing that labels help with marketing things, but for the most part, touring is on the artist. $50,000 actually didn't sound too high for a band that's probably going to have multiple members, and they have to get paid. But that's just me. I don't know, how large the band is. So she spent 6 figures on her tour last year. And then said, eventually I plan to make a profit. So this money is being spent for her career to tour, and it's ridiculous. And this is what I mean, like you gotta start somewhere. I have something in my eye now. Oh, it's driving me crazy. Okay, here we go. Sorry. Okay, so anyway, she was like, I need hair, wigs, boobs, and I want to do an even bigger show, and this, that, and the other. And I was just like, Candace lives in an alternate reality when it comes to money. I'm not gonna say she's living beyond her means because I don't really think she is. So anyway, he asked about Candace meeting up with Wendy and Karen, and Candace brings up how she is bothered with Robin, even though she considers her a homegirl because she protected Jazelle's lie the whole season. But meanwhile, she had her own scandal, and when they played that footage back of Robin talking about, can we agree that it is inappropriate for a married man to be in a hotel room with a single woman? And I said, damn, bitch, you basically described Juan's situation and projected all of that shit on to Chris. That was fucked up. That is hypocrisy at its high level. So anyway, then we get Jazelle getting ready for the meetup with Robin, Charisse, and Ashley. I honestly thought they was gonna stop the episode in the middle of this, but they didn't. So Charisse, when I first saw you come on, I was like, Charisse is looking desperate as hell to be on the show. Girl, you didn't read well with the audience. That's why nobody's really checking for you. Anyway, Ashley is going in on Giselle's house and how it's constantly under construction. Her house is like her passions. Anyway, so Jazelle acknowledges that all of them have been in a similar situation. Okay, then she continues, right? Just when you want to give Jazelle something, she can't help herself. And then she continues by saying, well, Charisse and Ashley are the best people to talk to because they've been in situations like this. Bitch, you've been in all kinds of situations. Don't pull it. All right. So, that's not the move, Jazelle. It's not, as a friend. Okay, Jazelle, you are full of shit and you are dogging Robin out even before she gets there. I don't give a fuck if somebody's gonna say, well, it wasn't that deep. I don't even like Robin, but that's not the point. I can't stand bitches like her. Anyway, so just be there for her, Jazelle, as a friend, and call her out when it's you and her. Because honestly, a group does not help. Why was Ashley Darby there? Why was she invited? All right, so Jazelle said, look, we love you and we're here to support you as it relates to Juan. So Ashley brought up the story about the hotel. All right, okay, please don't bring this up. It's like that cookout at Huntsville. We over it, okay? And how she texted her about it. And she said, I honestly didn't think after a while you were being honest with me. And maybe you weren't even being honest with yourself. So Robin starts explaining by excusing Juan's behavior and explaining the laundromat. And says that people are just putting out lies and she can't help that, this, that, and the other. Robin, I'm going to need you to come up with a new shtick. Okay, maybe you and Juan both aren't that bright, but two half brains can make a whole brain. Come up with something better. All right, so Robin was like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Get mad, scream, throw a shoe at him? They have an arrangement. I just wish they would say we have an arrangement or an understanding just so we don't have to be bothered with this. And so people will stop asking her about this on the show so we can move past it. But you know, they don't know how to move past shit. Anyway, so Charisse comes in and says, look, I just want to know if you're good. And I honestly, and that's why I said I was annoyed with Charisse when she came on the scene. But I honestly think she gets the MVP award in terms of this because she handled it how I would have tried to handle it as a friend. And then she called the whole situation a pile-on that was created by Jazelle as cruel. And the thing is, you have to walk lightly with stuff like that. Because sometimes what people do because they're embarrassed about infidelity is they end up doubling down on protecting their relationship. And that's counterproductive. So Charisse, I think, did a good job about sharing her part by saying she endured years of her ex-husband being in relationships with multiple women. And I think that was a good approach. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes when you're constantly asking people about their business, they pick that up and they get angry that you're not willing to ever share anything like your life's been perfect. And instead, Charisse was getting upset even talking about it. And I felt like by her saying that and showing herself vulnerable, instead of acting like she's never been through anything, Jazelle, I think that is helpful. But honestly, if Robin doesn't want to hear it, she doesn't want to hear it. So Ashley started talking about blaming herself for Michael and all his infidelity. So she's been there. Ashley, however, you haven't left your husband. And you're still depending on him financially by your own will and accord. So I don't think you should be giving Robin advice. So this was my whole point early in the video, where none of these bitches need to be giving each other advice. So honestly, when they talk about Robin, you're not the same person we met. Yes, she is. I'm sorry. Robin has always seemed deflated and boring, and I don't think she's acting any different. She has been delusional all this time. She has been the dizziest bitch at the table, in the words of Karen Huger. So why all y'all trying this with Robin? Y'all already know who she is. But anyway, that's my shtick for the night. I gotta get ready for work tomorrow. Anyway, but y'all have a great week, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.